I tried like leaning something against the back so that it won't rattle quite as much.
Hi, everybody.
Hello, hello.
We have some crazy Virginia muggy humidity going on. So our hair is just like, mine was like really sleek this morning. It was like nice and straight. And then we stepped outside for a walk and it like was double the volume by the time I came back. So leaning in.
Awesome.
It's nice to see the chat going already.
Oh yeah, it's all going.
That's awesome.
The light's really bright on you. It's shining right there.
It is. It's
so like pretty intense. I'm going to see if I can turn it over my way a little bit. There's my armpit, everyone. That's a little better.
Humidity in full swing. Yep.
Oh, it's getting real, folks, here in Central Virginia.
Oh, you have like a button that's pulled on my leg.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's fine.
A button on my cargo shorts.
Cargo shorts.
Because that's a thing now.
Yeah, it's like you can see his hair grow and you'll be able to see my hair grow too.
Oh, yeah.
It's crazy. It's like 80 degrees. Feels like 86. It's all the just...
Like, how does that work? Oh, yeah, humidity.
There's like dew point and all this stuff. So anyway, we're here to talk pens. We actually did grab a couple pens from the office. So we have them to show you. Our usual quick shipping update. We've had some decent volume in June and a couple folks out here and there. So we are still working really hard to catch up. We'll probably catch up by the end of the month. I know before I said it might be, next week, but looking probably closer to the end of the month. They're working hard 7 days a week, but we are doing our best.
Yeah, as we're launching,
good problems.
As we're back to launching more new products, as we are, picking up steam, we're getting more caught up, so more people are confident in placing orders. In a weird way, it makes it hard. It's harder to actually get caught up. That's a
if
good
you order now,
to
I would say, we shipped like May 30th orders today, and today's what, the 10th?
Yeah.
So yeah, we're running, 1 to 2 weeks behind.
It's not so bad. It's not
so if you order now, you're looking 1 to 2 weeks, and hopefully we're working to catch up. Like each day, if we can get out more than we got in, we will catch up. So
yeah, and we're still prioritizing. We're still prioritizing expedited orders and things like that. So we're trying to honor that. But there's a bit of a backlog. There's a pandemic going on, and we're doing our best to catch up. Team's working really hard. But that's kind of where we're at. So not business as usual quite yet, but we are getting there. We're getting there.
Lot of new exciting products coming. So many.
Yeah, it's
some
really
are on this.
crazy.
I've been working hard to get them on the site. There's some that still aren't on the site because I'm awaiting images or waiting permission to talk about it or whatever. But there's a lot of new stuff coming. There's kind of a lull there for a while because, no one was shipping. And now the manufacturer's like, all right, here's all the new stuff.
Yeah, we have all this stuff from the spring that now is like getting pushed into.
Normally this time of year is the June, July is really slow. And we have to come up with sales and stuff to keep things busy. Like historically in July, we've done our ink sample palooza. And really that's to make sure our team is busy enough so that we don't have to send anybody home. That's honestly the big, it's cool to give you guys a sale, but we pull those triggers when we need to, keep our folks busy, but we're plenty busy. So
yeah, I don't think we have that planned anytime in the near future.
Well, and our fulfillment team, they're the ones who help do ink samples too. So we're just, we're staying afloat. Which these are good problems that we're busy.
So it's a little hot.
Yeah.
Oh, that's better. Oh my gosh, we can see. Okay. That's better.
So you keep scrolling up. Are there questions that you're looking to answer?
No. I just scrolled up to the top. Well, it keeps like moving around when people.
Well, once you go down the bottom, it'll keep going.
Yeah.
Yes, that is Jake Weidman's Old Man in the Sea print.
Yes. Let's see here. Rachel, do you have any update on when the Rose Diplomat arrows will be back in stock?
Yeah, it should be next week. I believe they are on the way from Germany right now to the U.S. and then got to make their way to us. But I believe it should be next week.
Yeah, digging it.
So another shipment of those come next week.
Yeah,
this has been very popular.
It has a little more than I thought it would be, to be quite honest with you. I knew it was a nice color, but I didn't know. I didn't know because this pastel kind of pink was definitely hot last year. I didn't know if it would still be hot this year.
Oh, the blush pink, the millennial pink. Yeah.
I have zero
zero
fashion sense.
Yes, myself, everybody's healthy. It's the point where, someone knows someone who knows someone who has COVID, of course, but it hasn't affected our direct family or direct team as of this point. So we're very grateful for that. But it's definitely around. It's happening.
Exactly.
When is the Esterbrook SC going to be released? Probably, I assume we're talking about the Sparkle. That will be out in a few weeks. I think it got kicked out maybe 2 to 4 weeks. So that's about where we're looking. Have we heard of issues with our site when using Safari? No. But send us an email. Let us know exactly what's happening. Screenshots are really helpful.
There's a lot of potential things that could be issues.
I'm not aware of any current open bugs that have been brought to my attention. So please let us know for sure.
SC Go to King of Pens has a number 8 nib. Other pens with nibs that have a similar size nib and a similar price point. I didn't know if that was a question or just a comment, but yes, that is generally true. Pens that have larger number 8 size nibs tend to be in like the $800 to $1,000 range, more or less. That's where you get your Pelikan M800. That's where you get your Mont Blanc 149. That's where you get your Sailor King of Pens. There's some Montegrappas that have nibs that size. You get your Namiki Emperors. Those actually get even more expensive, but 2,000 and up. So to get those big nibs, usually you got to put out some big dough.
All right, we got a lot of questions now.
Great.
Do we think the Sailor Pro Gear Slim Mini will come in any other sizes than medium fine? They've not announced at this time that they will be, often with kind of their special edition collections, like the Pro Gear Slim Japanese Fairy Tale or the Four Seasons. They've only done those in medium fine. Yeah. I have not heard of any plans, but I'm sure if,
these ones aren't special edition though.
No, they're not. It's a new collection, but I don't know.
We have no idea.
I haven't heard.
Relatively new relationship we have with them, so we don't know how they would normally do stuff like this.
Or responsive to demand, that sort of thing.
Yeah. They haven't had the Mini in 10 years in the U.S., so I would say it's pretty much, if it's a really popular pen, they might expand the nib sizes.
Are the nibs swappable?
Are they swappable?
Like if you had another Sailor 14 karat nib. Like if you had a Pro Gear Slim or if you had a 1911S.
Well, I already hacked the converter, so let's see if I can ruin the nib.
Oh, please don't ruin the nib. Like, are they
like interchangeable, like
or
a Pelikan nib? Can you like swap out the nib?
Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
Let me try.
While he's looking at that, because I was going to say the other answer would be if you had a different Sailor, theoretically you could swap them. But let's see. Your Diplomat Arrow arrived today. What ink did I put in mine? Are glitter inks easy to clean out of the Arrow? I actually haven't inked mine up yet. I don't have access to all my normal colors. I have, just the bottles I brought home. I do have a lot of samples I brought home to do ink reviews. So there is a Sailor light pink that might be really pretty in here. The Sakura Mori, maybe? I don't know. I gotta look and see what samples I have. The Urban Rui d'Ancre. I can't speak French. That would be pretty in here. There's a lot of light pinks that might be nice. I like shimmer inks are super interesting to me, but I don't personally like using them because I tend to ink up a lot of pens at once and then they kind of clog because I don't clean them often. So for me, shimmer inks are a bit of a high maintenance thing, but I like the way they look. So I think it's up to you if you are willing to kind of do the hygiene to clean it out regularly. This is going to write just fine with shimmer inks, but it's up to you. How quickly did the TWSBI Prussian Blue sell out? They sold out that day, right?
I believe so. I think generally the broad nibs stick around for a little bit. Not every nib size sells equally.
We also don't get like the same amount of each size, but it was within the day. Are we restocking the Sailor Mono inks currently sold out? Like, haha, yes, we have so many on back order, and they are on the way. So we're just waiting for that shipment to arrive. We keep stocking and they keep selling out. I scrolled down too far.
I'm going to try to yank
I apologize.
I'm going to try to swap a nib on a 1911S and a Pro Gear Slim Mini.
Yeah, just wondering, like, is it?
It's not a unscrewable nib unit.
Okay, that's what I was wondering.
It is friction fit, so if you are daring enough, you can pull your nib and feed out of there. So I'm going to try pulling it out of the other pen, which the only ones I have are inked, so my hands are going to get a little inky.
All right.
But then I'm going to see if I can swap it.
All right, other questions.
I'm sure I can.
Rachel, is the new Aurora Venus 88 a pink you like? It's, I think, similar to this. So I've only seen the picture that you guys have seen on the website. And when I first saw it, I was like, Oh, I don't know about that. But then I looked at it some more with the rose gold trim, and I'm like, you know what? I think this actually might be really nice. It's just so hard to tell from like a rendering or just like from a single stock image. Scott just texted you, says, yes, it does swap with the Pro Gear Slim and the 1911S. So there
Don't
you go.
spoil it, Scott. I'm on an adventure
He's
here.
the official guy. He knows what's going on.
He would know. He would know.
I would like to see that Aurora in person for myself, but I think I would like it. I need to see it in person. I feel like it could go either way for me. You got your Magma today. Awesome.
Sweet.
When you get your new Lummi 2000, can I syringe fill it or should I piston fill it?
You can syringe it if you disassemble. I just so happen to have one right here.
Wait, finish one thing at a time.
Yeah, okay. Will you ask the next question? Okay, so I'll wrap this up here. So I have the Pro Gear Slim Mini, right? I pulled the nib and the feed out. The nib and the feed are identical to what's on the 1911S. So I'm going to take literally the nib and the feed out of the 1911S, and I'm going to try shoving it into the grip of the Pro Gear Slim Mini. And I'm sure it'll fit because it's the same, and Scott told us that it would.
It's the same nib.
Dun, dun,
You know that. There you go.
It fits.
So if you don't like the medium fine of the Pro Gear Slim Mini and you have another Sailor that you want to swap, you still have an extra nib.
But then you would have the medium fine on a different pen. So yeah, technically you can do it, but they don't sell the nib separate from the pens. Right. So yes, technically it's swappable, but how helpful is that? I don't really know, but it is possible. It has been done.
What about the turquoise arrow? That will be restocking the same time this does, within the next week or two. Any ink suggestions for the Opus 88 Demonstrator? I mean, if you're talking about the clear one, anything goes. If you're talking about the new color, like the one with the flecked pastel colors in it, that's one we forgot to grab.
Yep.
That would have been a good one to grab.
Sure as heck did.
That is in the office. Yeah, I need to see that one in person too, to kind of come up with some ideas there. Did you fill your rod and Pelikan yet, Brian?
I didn't, but I grabbed the bottle of Haha, and I have it right here.
All right, so we're going to do some Haha.
Filling it tonight. That's happening. Real quick, Lummi 2000. We have the Lummi 2000 question. Okay, let me.
I have so many questions to answer.
I don't want to leave him hanging.
I know, but
Lummi 2000. So it is a piston filling pen. So that is by far the easiest way to do it.
That's the default.
The filler hole is right here. So it's pretty close to the end. And it's not a super thick pen, so it's pretty easy to piston fill from just about any container. But if you really want to syringe fill it, whatever the situation is where you want to do it, you just grab the grip like this, unscrew it, and it comes apart right there. And then you can access the whole thing. You just want to make sure you have the piston all the way back down there, or up, back up, whatever you want to call it, so that you have full access to the entire ink chamber here. And then you can syringe fill directly into there. Make sure you don't lose that little piece right there, because these are the ears. This little ring here with those little tabs, that's what holds the cap on. So kind of important. You want to make sure that that doesn't pop off and you lose it, because it's a very custom piece to the pen. So anyway, make sure you don't lose that. You can syringe fill this, reassemble. The only thing is, if you do that, you're then not going to have any ink in your feed. So it's sort of like when you fill it with a cartridge. You're going to have to like either shake it down a little bit, let it run down naturally, or since it's a piston, you can just let it down a little bit to flood the feed with ink, and then you can go on writing. So yes, you can syringe fill the Lummi 2000 pretty easily.
There you go. All right, more questions. Will we be stocking? Oh, when are the new Sailor Mono inks going to ship? Are there any in the new set that shade in multiple colors like Haha and Neko Yanagi? They are coming at the end of August. So there's 8 new colors of the Sailor Mono line. I have not seen them in person. I haven't seen the ink in real life at all, just kind of the rendering. So I don't know what the properties are going to be, but I feel like there are probably going to be some shaders and sheeners in there. We will see when we get to see them in real life.
We shall see.
Will we be stocking more of Pelikan standard line?
Maybe.
I don't know whether we're talking about pens or inks. Here's Ellie. Giving us bunny ears. Maybe. We don't have any immediate plans.
They were one that was shut down pretty bad.
Yeah,
COVID,
they're still partially open, so
You can't see me. I'm not here.
Okay. What's the deal with high-end ballpoints and roller balls? Do they have a gold ball? Just why?
Nope. Nothing special. You should buy a fountain pen.
I thought you said pens have ears and they eat pork with them.
That's nothing close to what I said. I don't know. Like, we don't really deal with those. So we are fountain pen people through and through. I mean, there is a lot of the same outer construction, the same, the same body, the same molds, the same. You don't have a gold nib, and obviously you're not paying for that, but there are still some,
ballpoints and rollerballs are usually priced lower than fountain pens, so that accounts for the nib and stuff like that. But no, basically there's often sometimes maybe like a premium gel rollerball refill or something like that comes in the higher end pens. It's not going to be the same stuff that's in like a big crystal. But yeah, basically you're looking at a couple of dollars for a refill that you could put in a $3 pen or a $2,000 pen. It's going to be the same. It's not quite like a fountain pen. But way more people know how to use ballpoints and rollerballs, so they exist in the world.
All right, some more things. Have we seen the new and improved Visconti Crystal Pen? Yes, the Homo Sapiens.
I have it. It's in the box.
No, I grabbed
You have the other two.
The other two.
A $3 pen. I'll see if I can afford that.
Okay. We'll get back to that in a sec once Brian gets to that. Hey, Rachel, what's your favorite
asking
ink?
questions faster than I can pull the pens.
I know. Not helping your ADD here.
Hey, Rachel. $76
for what?
For the pen.
Which pen?
The pen you said that was $3.
I wasn't talking about a specific pen, dear.
There's no $3 pen.
You said that there was a $3
I don't know what he's talking about.
So you could use the same refill in a $3 pen or a $2,000 pen.
We don't have a $3 pen.
$2,000 pen? That's expensive.
Yeah.
And there's also a $3 pen.
It is expensive.
Wait, $3?
Ink I would use in the Stipula Ventidue Gold Touch that is not a shimmer. Because a lot of people do put gold or anything with like a shimmering gold in there. Oh, that's a good question.
Which color? Does it matter?
The Gold Touch.
Here's the Crystal Dreams.
The Gold Touch.
In the Gold Touch.
It's not a shimmer. I mean, you could go black, and black is going to go with anything.
You could go with a nicer yellow, like a darker yellow.
You could.
If you wanted to simmer gold without the hassle.
Amber de Bermani. Her as my sister
As your
used to
sister
call
goes,
it.
Amber de Berdamberdy.
Amber de Berdamberdy. Gets me every time. That's like a 10-year-old joke. Like, she was helping us pick orders. Like, what's this, Amber de Berdamberdy?
Yes. Back when she would help us and we had no money to pay her.
Yes. And I love, is your mom or someone had saw Noodler's Kyla pecan and called it Koala Pelikan.
Koala Pelikan. That's right.
We have a lot of nicknames for things.
Here's a deep dark secret into the world of online retail.
Nobody tells us how to pronounce anything.
Yeah, you think that we know how to pronounce everything, but often we don't.
I'm pretty sure we
have to ask and figure.
I'm pretty sure
Google it and all kinds of stuff.
I'm pretty sure we're still mispronouncing diamine and Coeco.
It's diamine.
See?
It is diamine.
It took us 8 years to learn that, and even then, I'm not totally sure.
I am sure.
We're just straight up wrong.
Matt Armstrong reached out to Diamine directly and confirmed that is how they pronounce it.
Let's see.
Green Ray.
Does the silver Lamy 2000 have an ink window? So the stainless steel. Does the stainless steel Lamy 2000 have an ink window?
It does not.
It does not.
It does not.
Is Cross discontinuing its line of Peerless 125 fountain pens? I don't know.
I have no idea.
We haven't kept up with Cross, honestly.
Okay, guys, what's going on here? You're off. You're on the side up to something.
Hi.
Let's go ahead and do a little feature. And then
will we be restocking the TWSBI Diamond 580 ALR in Prussian blue, or is it sold out completely? It will be restocked. I don't know when, but it will be restocked. The Esterbrook SD Diamond Dust should be out in 2 to 4 weeks. I'm just trying to plow through a couple of these questions. I know the kids are right here. I'm trying to get all the questions answered.
They're trying to get your attention. Can we just give them attention and then they can go to bed?
I have a foot cramp.
I'm sorry to hear that. Do you need me to tickle your foot?
I came down here because Ellie was down here and I just wanted to say hi.
You can say hi.
You can say hi to everybody.
Hi.
Hi.
This is Batman and this is Alfred. You may or may not know them.
And most people know Batman. That doesn't look like Alfred, though.
I know. That's why
Is he in disguise?
Is that Alfred on his day off?
No, everybody's changed, basically.
Oh,
Except
okay.
for Batman and Batgirl.
This is Robin.
Yeah, that's the new version of Robin. It's Alfred. He grows some hair.
All right, guys.
I want to say one final goodbye.
Hi
Say
from
your final
Blacksburg.
sign-off.
That's where we went to college.
Hi and bye.
Caveco. Yeah, that's the proper way. I know. And like Yovo. A lot of people say Jowo. It's Yovo.
Yovo.
That I know right.
We don't say phonetically everything correctly.
No,
We
and
say a
the
half
French
Americanized
ones,
syllable.
like, just Lord help us, because I just
We
can't.
butcher it.
My
We butcher
mom's
a lot,
fluent
though.
in French, and she's always trying to help us, but I'm just beyond the point of help. I did 5 years of Spanish, but anyway, here's that Homo
I did 2 years of
Sapiens
French.
Crystal Dream. So this is, we've showed this before. You have your normal Homo Sapiens, you have your Skylight, and then you have your Crystal Dream with the double ink window. So you got the big ink window here,
Mhm.
and you have the smaller ink window here.
Yeah.
With
Larger,
the 18
larger?
it's about double the ink capacity
More than
from
double.
more than double the ink capacity. And now on our site, you can compare the technical specs,
That's right.
which is
So
pretty
I'm
cool.
gonna finally fill my green ray, Rachel.
Yeah, the Opus 88 demo with the colors, what would be a pretty ink to match with it? I don't know, because I haven't seen it in person. I've just seen the pictures on the site. Any pastel I feel would be really pretty. And again, Sailor has a lot of pretty pastel colors, like Haha. Ooh, Haha would be a good fit. We're out of stock, but we'll restock soon.
Such a
How
huge pen.
pinky red is the Sailor Fairy Tale Princess Kaguya? This was
I have it.
beast to color correct, and this is right when we went remote. So like, we saw the pen in person, we're trying to coordinate with our photographer offsite and trying to describe the color. We will try to show you over the web monitor, and it's going to be a hot mess, but it just changes based on the light. But I would say it's a red that leans pink as opposed to a pink that leans red.
What's the difference?
It's more red than pink.
Yeah, I have it.
Yeah. Like,
This is great. We're referencing all the pens that I actually
if you had to
with me.
round it to a color group, I would round it to red. But it definitely leans pink, not orange. It leans pink for sure. When will we be getting the Vanishing Point Limited Edition 2020?
There it is.
Black Links will be coming out in September.
This color is actually not too far off.
It actually looks a little orange in the camera.
It looks a little orange, a little pink. It's a little more red. Well, it depends on what.
See, it's not even coral. Like, in this light, if I'm holding it right now, it's like, it's red.
The light itself does make a big difference.
You know what? I'm going to call this pastel red. You heard it here first.
Pastel red.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
My hair is just
I'll take
so
that.
big.
I think it looks gorgeous.
Well, you're just one to talk.
My mink has gone feral and rabid, and it is now attacking the rest of my head.
Why is the Homo sapiens crystal so much more expensive than the other Homo sapiens? Several reasons. One, it has the double reservoir power filler instead of just the typical
It's a much
power filler.
much more complicated mechanism.
Much more complicated on the inside, a lot more parts. You have the clear parts, which all need to be polished, inside out, and all the different places where they join. So you just have a lot more pieces with this pen.
Yeah, it's more labor, it's more pieces and parts, and when you're mixing materials, there's other pieces and parts.
The way things have to join.
Yeah, there's other pieces and parts in there that you don't even really see to make all that happen. So that's largely a lot of what is going on there. Just look at the paper towel.
Yeah. Oh, Pesh.
Just look at the paper towel.
Is it Pesh? Is that how you pronounce
haha.
it? Sailor Gentle Pesh would be a good match for the pastel pink, or for the Opus demo color. It's like that pastel pink.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that'd be a good one.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's a good
That
one.
would be very spot on for that.
I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. I'm sorry if I'm not.
Pesh? Yeah, I think so.
Can you recommend a Visconti for traveling? Also, I use a broad nib on Pelikan. Would you recommend the same in Visconti? Yeah. If you like broad on Pelikan, you would enjoy the broad on Visconti. I love Pelikan's broad, especially the M600. That's my jam. Brian's inking up his writing with his Rodin. That's a medium, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's all that comes in. Yeah.
So Pelikan or Visconti's for traveling. I mean, the hook safe lock is pretty
Homo
cool.
sapiens. I've carried a Homo sapiens
You
in my
have.
pocket
It's so smooth from
over
me carrying
4
those.
years. Yeah.
But that hook safe lock is pretty cool.
Yeah, and it locks off the ink pretty well. It does get just a little bit of droplets on the nib, when you carry it in your pocket and you're tossing it around. The double reservoir does really well traveling. I will say that. I like about the Skylight and the Crystal.
The advantages of a double reservoir power filler. So what are the advantages of the double reservoir? Brian, you're probably gonna be able to explain this better than I can. But there's basically 2 chambers for ink. You have your main chamber and you have like a smaller one, that's hence the double reservoir. And basically, there's a little shut-off valve in here, and I can't remember how to actually operate it, and I'm not going to touch it because I feel like I'm going to just spew ink
just
everywhere.
unscrews.
Well, I don't know.
Oh yeah, that thing is inked up.
Yeah. But basically, if you're traveling and you just want to let just a little bit of ink down, but not the whole thing, it allows you to just kind of fill the smaller part and cut it off.
I can show you how it works.
That way you can prevent some of the burping issues and stuff when you're traveling.
So like right now,
with the air pressure changes.
I don't know how well you can see that, but right now this chamber is almost empty, right? So the back chamber here is, oh gosh, I get bad glare. So I have ink kind of sloshing around back here in the back. It's not much, but there is a little bit sloshing around in there if you can kind of see it. So here, this is really, really hard to see. But
it's probably gonna be our screen
if I unscrew and then I let it up a little bit, see now it's dark. So I just let some of the ink down.
But then you can shut it off again.
Yeah, so it's just like if you have a VAC 700R or a custom 823, you just kind of open that valve.
Oh yeah, let's talk about Penlux.
I've got a Penlux here.
I know, we have 2 Penluxes here.
The Luxi.
The Luxuses. What size nib for the Lamy 2000 would you recommend? I'm split between broad, oblique, broad, maybe a medium. Depends on your preferences.
The broad is pretty broad. I will say that. It's pretty wet. So if you like to have the versatility of being able to use it on paper that you can't control, the medium is better. But the broad is really smooth and writes great. So I think you'd be happy with either. The oblique one is really specific. So unless you hold your pen really specifically at that oblique angle, it gets a little finicky. So that's not necessarily one I would go with unless you have a chance to try it, or if you just know that obliques are like what works for you.
Okay, there's a bunch of more things in here that I'm missing. Can you put a Goulet nib on your Conklin Durograph? Yes. Number 6 nib. And they're all Yovo now. So if you buy a Durograph now, it's the same nib that we sell.
Not as much advantage to replacing it now as if you have an older version before they switch to Yovo.
Unless you don't like the flex and whatever. Which cat's out of the bag. I can share this now probably more publicly than you guys have heard, but Jaffa, who makes Conklin Monteverde, got Yovo to make a flex nib for them for their pen. So
specifically for them.
So the OmniFlex that they currently have will be switching to a Yovo made steel flex nib in about a week or 2. We'll start seeing it on the silver. And then the black and the rose gold in July. So really exciting. Real exciting. Very exciting.
So you're going to have Duragraphs, you're going to have Ritmas, you're going to have Innovas, all these things, all Americans.
Borgatas.
All of these are going to have.
So then Monteverde
steel flex nib.
So Monteverde will then also have the Yovo flex nib option.
Same price as the other nib sizes,
which is super cool.
And they're going to offer the nibs available separately too. So if you want to replace
just like the current OmniFlex nib.
Yeah. So
but it'll be made by Yovo now.
Yeah, we haven't tried one yet. But we are told good things, and we're like, we trust you.
Yovo's good.
Yovo's got a good
Yovo's
rep.
Consistent.
We really want to see it for ourselves, and then we're going to show it and talk about it more.
So that is coming soon. It's public. Well, I mean, Jaffa mentioned it in a broadcast last week, so I'm just going to repeat it.
It's quasi-public.
There you go.
It's only for the really cool people that are in the know. So y'all are like in the club.
All right. I have a lot more questions, and I want to talk about Penlux.
I'm lost on the questions.
I know. Is there any way to take apart the Stipula Venti to a gold touch to clean it properly?
Yeah, unfortunately not. I don't know how. It's not a user serviceable, disassemblable pen.
A lot of pistons. You just gotta. We have a video we just released last week actually on how to clean your piston pen, which basically you suck water in and out, in and out, and in and out, and that's how you clean it.
Yeah. So I don't like, generally speaking, I don't like piston pens for changing ink colors a lot. It's not my go-to pens for testing a bunch of new ink colors and stuff. That's really where cartridge converter pens are the best, because you can use those bulb syringes and just flush the back and change your ink and go on your way.
Your pen group blames Brian for everyone pronouncing Pineider wrong. It isn't Pineider, it's Pineider. I don't think so, because we visited them. And we never heard it differently.
It probably is pronounced differently depending on who it is that's saying it.
Right.
Like what dialect.
When they spoke English with us, everything was Pineider.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm not saying anyone's right or wrong, but to the best of our knowledge, that's how you pronounce it. And we visited with them, had dinner with them, and saw the factory, and they made me paper, and I don't know. That would be.
No, granted, we met with them. They're Italian. They say it like with an Italian accent, so it's not even exactly the way that we pronounce it. They say it with like a Italian kind of Americanized accent.
Yeah.
So,
Okay, now I need to like ask somebody about that because I would feel really dumb if we've been saying it wrong for several years.
like Dante when he says it in his video, because we got a new video with Dante coming
Well,
out
that
here soon.
it's the.
He says like peanut or like not pin, but that's more.
I think it's the Italian or the American accent, maybe.
I don't think we're way off, but you call it whatever you want.
All right. I want to make sure we catch up because now we're like missing the responses to things we're saying here, but I don't want to miss these questions. So Penlux, it's cool. What happened to the cloudy demo that looked dreamy? Kois are cool. What's oversized? M800 or M1000? Great price. My hands are not small. Piston, plastic, or metal? Your thoughts?
What?
A lot of questions.
Are we talking about Penlux or Pelikan?
Penlux.
Because we just changed.
I said Penlux.
You talked about 800s and 1000s.
Yeah. So he wants to know when we say oversized, how does that compare? This is all part of the question.
Okay.
So this is Penlux. This is a new brand that we are picking up. It is distributed by Itoya, who also distributes Sailor and Tatcha. It's new to them and new to us. It is made in Taiwan. So they're the new U.S. exclusive distributor for it. Previously, you had to get it from overseas. So it's really nice to have a U.S. distributor with U.S. servicing and support and everything. Mm-hmm. These are two of the colors. So there's just one model currently called the Grande or Masterpiece Grande. Grande Masterpiece Grande. I'm like having a brain moment here. Masterpiece Grande.
Brain moment. I like that.
I was going to say something else, but I don't know how appropriate that would be.
A lot of brain moments.
So they're all made of resin. They're all piston fillers, and they have Yovo number 6 nibs. So steel nibs. So you're asking how they compare in size
to what?
To like an 800 or 1000, because I did say oversized. So here it is next to the Diplomat Aero. So it's definitely larger in length as well as girth, I guess.
Here's an M1000.
Here's the M1000. So when I say oversized, this is what I'm talking about.
I'll get you a couple other big
King of Pens. Do you have a King of Pens?
Yes.
Not with you.
Where is the question? Do I have it like immediately on hand? Let's see what I have here.
Homo sapiens. So it's larger than all these things.
I have some big pens, but they're weird, and I don't know if
we had a cloudy bay up on our site. It was like a whitish clear color. I had to take it down because there was something wrong with the image. It had the wrong nib on it, and I didn't want to misadvertise the product. So until we could get a different picture, I temporarily took it down. But we will be carrying the cloudy bay, the clearish white one. I just didn't want to misrepresent the product until we had the right picture.
So if you like the Opus 88 like clear demo, it's really close to that.
That posted.
Or like a Conklin All-American.
And it does post, which makes it.
You can't post the Opus 88.
So there you go.
This one's an eyedropper, not a piston.
Makes it pretty hefty. In my hands,
it is big, but it's not heavy.
No, it's not. It feels solid. It feels.
See, that to me. So
it feels well made. It doesn't feel cheap.
Correct.
It feels nice, but it's not really heavy, which I like. If you like the Edison Collier, things like that, like a large, lighter weight pen, the Conklin All-American, kind of in that vein.
I think there's some interesting colors. There's not a lot of like crazy whiz bang stuff going on with this
Most
pen.
of them are translucent, so you can see the piston mechanism and everything.
You'll be able to see the ink going on inside.
Same with this one too. Yeah. I don't know if I can tell in the light, but it is translucent.
Yeah, I was going to fill one of these.
So these are going to be coming probably in a few weeks. Just waiting on shipments to arrive and things like that.
I was going to fill one of these.
Are all Homo sapiens double reservoir? No, just the new ones. So just the Skylight and the Crystal Dream and the limited edition, like the translucent ones. But the normal Bronze Age, Dark Age, Magma, they are just the single power filler. Do any other pens fit inside the Platinum Desk Pen stand? Not to my knowledge.
I don't know, but I haven't really tried.
Okay, now I'm trying to scroll up and
my guess would be no.
Any ink recommendations for the Pilot Vanishing Point, specifically any inks to stay away from? I mean, pretty much all
with what?
With the Vanishing Point. All fountain pen inks are safe for the Vanishing Point.
Yeah, if you're using like a
Again, just clean your pens regularly. If you're using like a shimmering ink or like anything crazy
shimmering
permanent
or pigmented or something like that, it's going to be higher maintenance like it would be with any pen. But I don't think you need to go way out of your way to do anything different with that pen.
Is it just
Oh,
you,
this one
or
has a lot
did
ink in it.
Noodler's cut back on their Conrad offerings over the last several years? Do you know anything about that? I found none of the new ones appeal to me color-wise. They have been. They've been discontinuing quite a few. I think they focused on Neponzits for a while, and then now they have a triple tail, so some of the Neponzits then got discontinued. I think
pens to keep up with.
I think, yeah, there are a lot of colors. I think some of it is just material availability. There might be limited runs and then they go to do more and they can't get it again. I don't really know all the inner workings, but no, it's not just you. We've discontinued a few, but Noodler's certainly has discontinued quite a few that we sold as well. Just, kind of dropping what isn't moving or any, I guess, supply issues.
There you go. It's Smooth Rider.
It's
There's a medium nib on
yellow.
this one. I don't know what ink is in there. It may have been shipped to us with that because I don't remember filling it.
Almost.
It seems like it's running out of ink, so I think it was like maybe dip tested before it came to us. That happens sometimes when we get pen samples. It might be something where it's like only
Oh my
for you.
there's only a couple of them in
goodness!
the U.S.
Look
and
at
so
your
they get passed around to
glasses.
different
Come
retailers.
show your glasses. They're so cute. Are those doll glasses?
No.
What are they? Are they Harry Potter glasses?
No.
They look
What
like
are
Harry
they?
Potter glasses.
No.
Where'd you
they're
get them?
not.
Where'd you get them?
As party favors from your birthday party?
Pen.
This is a Lego
A
pen.
Lego pen.
That
Just
is
sign-
awesome.
Yeah, that's a Harry Potter. That's a
No.
Harry Potter. Sign this. Do you like cheese and pans?
That's not pants. Pens.
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 Do you like cheese and pens? Yes or no? Yaws.
They'll intentionally spell things wrong because it's funny. That's what's happening.
There you go. Can you
You
show
asked-
her? Can you show her?
You
your
asked if we
glasses?
like one
They're
or
cute.
the
Come
other,
here.
but then it's a yes or
here.
no answer.
Oh, come here.
All right. When is Diamond Jack Frost
That's kinda
back in
awesome.
stock? Did we restock today? I know I saw a notice about one of the inks restocking. If it wasn't today, hopefully it'll be soon. Let's see.
You want me to come in, huh?
Come in where?
Ellie, I really want you to go to bed, dear.
I know.
Jack Frost was restocked today. Maybe we sold out again. I'm not sure. I remember seeing a notice that we got more, but
Good night, sweetie.
if we are out, Polar Glow restocked today as well. Yeah, we did get a bunch in today. So if we're out of it now, I can't pull up the site right now, but they will be restocked as soon as we can get more.
SG go to. I assume that Penlux is acrylic. It looks remarkably like the almost blue Lucian celluloid. It is not celluloid. It
Acrylic.
is acrylic.
PMMA resin. What's PMMA stand for?
Polymethyl methacrylate.
There you go.
It's like a higher end resin. A lot of like high end jewelry and stuff like that, like high end like bracelets and stuff are made out of PMMA, necklaces and stuff. Not like
I'm trying to read the question too.
metal
Sorry.
jewelry, but like plastic jewelry. All right, let's see. With the original Homo sapiens lava, I need to loosen the power filler knob for writing very often, like the TWSBI VAC 700. You'll need to do it periodically, but
Not
no,
as often.
Generally it flows a little better. It doesn't have the hard cutoff seal like the double reservoir does. So on the regular Homo sapiens, you really don't need to let it down like that.
Y'all asked to see this last week, and we didn't have one. So then we
Yes,
went
we
to
do
the
have
office
the,
and grabbed one. We took it offline, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So we still have some left, but not as many as we started.
Mhm.
This is the Traveler's Company brass pen in factory green. It is a little cute baby pocket pen.
I'm a big fan of the Traveler's Pen.
So you can
I
see how
carried-
small it is in my hand. And then when you open it up,
Nope, just pulls out.
what am I doing?
You're unscrewing the back.
Oh.
So it just pulls right out. Yep.
When you pull it out, see, I'm showing you what not to do, and you push it onto the back, it
There you
becomes more of a full-size pen. It is very thin, very slender.
Mhm.
So if you like smaller grips, you will like this. If you don't, you will not. But it is a very cute compact pen. And there it is in
And the
the
color's really
factory
cool.
green. It's the color of like warehouse shelves.
Or to me, it looks like really like patinaed copper.
Well, that also works too. Let's see. Are they making more colors of the triple tail? I haven't heard, but I would hope so. It's been very popular. I really would love to see more colors, but I haven't heard of any plans. Are we going to do a special on the Monograppa Harry Potter pens? No, they'll be just their normal price.
Not immediately out of the gate, but we might down the road.
I mean, when we're allowed to, but we
don't even have them yet.
always sell at the price that we are authorized to sell at. Let's see. Are we going to do a grand reopening day sale? No, no plans. We are
a brick and mortar store.
trying to. We are open. You can order. We will ship. We're about 10 days behind right now, and slowly catching up each day. We're probably catching up by a day or two. You know, if we can get out twice as many orders as we got in, you know, eventually we will catch up. But we're just trying to stay afloat. We have a limited team in the office still. We still have some people who are home, you know, with childcare situations because not all the daycares are open and things like that. So we are doing our best to keep up with things.
Gail was like, wait a second, what pen is that? So we kind of blew right through it. This is by Travelers.
Yeah, Sailor has been very successful for us,
Travelers
despite launching during COVID. Very happy with how Sailor's performed so far. I'm still learning the brand and what's more popular, but it's been good so far. I'm very happy. The ink's been really popular too. Yeah. Do we know when the Galen leather zippered pen cases will restock? Soon. They were closed for a while. They are.
They're a small supplier.
They're very small. They were closed, and they have resumed productions. Everything got delayed, but it should be in the next few weeks.
Yeah. How often do we think we'll restock the 580 Prussian blue? We know we have another shipment coming. I don't know how regular.
I haven't heard when. I don't know how long. Sometimes the special editions are around for a couple of years. Sometimes, like the Eco Yellow, it's on its way out, and the Eco Tea Coral is back on too. So, you like the Journal in June blog post. Great writing responses, the prompts, kind of like making a first draft of a memoir. Yeah, I mean, we try to keep them positive. And a mixture of like some deeper things with some whimsical things, but trying to keep everything like really positive. Yeah. Getting some interest in doing like a journal in July. Someone said like affirmations in August and smiles for September and like trying to keep it up. So
we're open to that.
We'll brainstorm and we'll probably like crowdsource some ideas.
We do get asked a lot about like, hey, can I have some writing prompts? Like I kind of want some, more reasons to, be able to use my pens regularly. So we tried it out for June. We're especially like, look, we're behind on shipping. We know we're not trying to push you to buy a bunch of stuff right now, especially, if you've got stuff going on in your life, that's fine. But, the pens that you have, you can really enjoy.
December. Oh gosh. No one needs to create more of those things. Brian put Sailor Manyo Haha in his Pelikan. And you can see the writing. Can you
see the coloration at all? It shows up a little better on Tomoe, of course.
Yeah, but you can see some of the multi-tonal things, and it shades really well. I see like some of the purple coming out. It's a pretty color. I like it. All right, we've been talking for like 45 minutes now.
Wow, yeah, time flies.
I was like, oh, I'm starting. I need a drink or something. She's like, oh wow, all right. Very vibrant red ink besides Schaefer. Yeah, Schaefer red is a good solid red.
Sometimes pure red. Yeah, Diamond Red Dragon's good. Or
that's a good
Matador. Diamond Matador.
I like Monteverde Ruby. That's my go-to red.
That's a good one.
Yeah, the Gratitude Journal. That's awesome. I will be honest. I've kind of neglected mine. And just like I should take my own advice, just pick it back up again.
Yeah.
I need to pick mine up again. I was starting to get like some wrist pains from overusing my hands. So I had to kind of take a break from like writing and drawing for a little bit, but I'm feeling a little better.
It's because of all that Animal Crossing.
No, it wasn't Animal Crossing. It was before that. It was Mario Kart.
Yes.
On the, I was using
phone games.
Yeah.
We all have our escapes, right? Let's see here. Brian, what's your favorite pen? The next one. And also, have you ever tried Vintage Flex? I do have a couple of Vintage Flex pens. I have a Maybe Todd Swan Swan or Swallow. I can't remember which one. And I have a Schaefer that has some flex. I don't know the model. And then I have a Waterman 52 Pink, which is pretty rad. That is my best vintage flex. I don't have a ton of vintage flex, though. They are not my expertise.
Someone asked if we're involved in the Right On Nation group on Facebook. I'm like a moderator just for the, because our name is used and there's an affiliation with Goulet Nation to a degree. But we have not been able to participate between the business and the kids, COVID and all the other things going on. No, it's.
You can ask Rachel today.
We are fortunate if someone
today.
emails us a letter. We're fortunate if we send them an email to acknowledge it. We are just not. We have no bandwidth. We
have good intentions, but we can't.
We appreciate. We read everything sent to us, and I really do appreciate it. And if you ever write me and I don't write you back or even acknowledge you, first of all, I'm really sorry, and it's not personal. It's just I have no capacity. So
we're pretty maxed out, but
I do read it and I do appreciate it. They're on my desk.
Always appreciated.
Always appreciated.
Yes.
Someone asked earlier, and I totally missed the question. How have we been impacted with COVID-19 as a business? I think it's an interesting question. So just kind of like a brief, I guess, summary of what the last 3 months have been like. First of all, Brian and I were on vacation with our kids when all the stuff was going down real fast. We were at
vacation. We had to get out of our house because we were having construction done.
Yes, we were having work done on our floors. So we had moved out of our house. We moved the entire downstairs out of our house. And literally the morning we left, it was a Monday morning. We're going to start on Monday. We're going to start demo on the floors. Okay. They started when we were still in bed. They came in and there were 10 people here. They were ripping up the floors. We're oh crap, we got to get out of here. Fast, kids, get your shoes on, pack. So we moved out of the house.
Crazy. So
we went on vacation, just, an hour away to Williamsburg, stayed, with the place with an indoor water park. And then COVID starts exploding. We're oh gosh, there's children everywhere touching everything. They're sneezing on things.
And they're it wasn't really, really real here yet.
And they're starting to run out of hand sanitizer. We're oh my gosh.
We're this is basically the worst place to be.
So we came back home from that. We cut it a little bit short. We were in touch with our team the whole time. Literally, I was in the lazy river.
Contingency planning.
Yeah. I was in the lazy river with the kids, and Brian's, HR director is calling. She's I need to talk to you right now.
I was I'm literally, this was 6:00 at night. I was I'm literally in a lazy river. Do I need to get out and go?
Yeah.
She's yes.
Yes, I left.
Because that was when the governor made the announcement that they were closing the schools. So it was we have to plan this.
We can't leave our team members not knowing what's going on.
I literally got out of the lazy river. I was Rachel, I gotta go take this call. I grab my towel, waddle back all wet all the way back to the hotel room, and then I jump on the call. And I'm oh my gosh.
Yeah, the kids love it. That was our vacation for the year. And I'm glad we took it because we definitely can't go anywhere now. But
yes.
It was a little 4-day trip.
Not exactly a relaxing vacation.
Part of why we went is our son had just learned about Virginia history. So we took him to Jamestown so he could see the settlements and stuff like that. Anyway, got back and we had to stay at his parents' house for a week because the construction was still going on here with our floors getting redone. So we were staying with his parents who, are of course over 65. And here we are thinking, oh my gosh, we're just at this water park. Did we get COVID? So the guy's literally counting down to 14 days. Please don't get symptoms.
This is before we really knew anything about it.
But it was just it was it escalated quickly. So within the span of us being home, we shut down the whole office within that week. We had to figure out how to get everyone working remotely, VPN, the whole thing. We had never really done that before. We'd never really had people working remotely. We had to figure out just all, how long did we have to be? Do we have to be closed? Could people stay in the office? Is it safe to be in the office? And there just was no information. And the schools were closing. So people are I got to stay home with my kids. I can't come to work. So we had to quickly figure all that out. So we decided to shut down the office, but try to get everyone working remotely. Of course, people who work in fulfillment they can't ship orders. We couldn't receive shipments. We changed our address. So we had everything come here. So we had all the minimal shipments. We canceled a lot of them. We had a couple shipments come here. Brian and I unpacked everything, dropped it back off in the office once a week. We decided to pay everybody in full. regardless of whether they could work or not. Our request was work as much as you are able from home, but we understand if you're primary caregiver for your kids or whatever, or you just don't have enough work, we're still going to pay you 40 regardless. This is before the government stepped in and everything. So that was March. We finally in May got to the point where the curve had passed in Virginia. Meanwhile, they canceled school for the rest of the year. So we're like, okay, we got to homeschool our kids now while trying to figure out like how to buy hand sanitizer. And we also came home to an empty fridge and like all of our stuff in storage. We had no food. We're like, oh my gosh, what if the grocery store was closed?
We hadn't stocked up on any supplies.
Trying to get like masks, no one had any of that stuff. Oh my gosh.
Paper towels, toilet paper, all that stuff.
It was insane. And I'm spending way too long on this story.
Yep.
But in May, we started reopening our office a little bit, just one person for a week, 2 people for a week, 4 people for a week. And now we're up to 8 to 10 people there at a time. But as cases are still happening, we're very vigilant to, when we need to, we're trying to keep as few people in the building as possible. So it's been really, really challenging figuring out like how to set up photography at home. We've onboarded 2 new employees during this time, paid everybody in full this whole time, tried to figure out whatever government assistance we could get. And it's been a confusing hot mess. So our volume dropped drastically. So like from a sales volume perspective, like we've said this before, so grateful for the orders because is better than zero income, because the last thing we wanted was to have to let people go or furlough indefinitely. It was the last thing we want to do because we care immensely for our team. So grateful for the orders, but at a very, very less volume than we normally would do. So we're definitely, hobbling along a little bit. We're now getting to a place where like, okay, I think we're going to be okay. I think we're out of the woods a little bit, but we're very eager to catch up and get back to normal. So that is the business update of how COVID has impacted us. So we're still figuring out how to work remotely.
Severely, I would say, is the answer.
Severely.
Yes.
Didn't put us out of business because I squirrel away money. We had a savings account. And if we didn't have a savings account, we would be in a lot of trouble right now.
Yes. That's what allowed us to at least
but
maintain our sanity.
We put our people first over our profits. And it's been really stressful. Very stressful.
A little bit.
I spent way too much time talking. I'm sorry.
That's okay. There's like a million questions. We'll never
Great.
catch up. A lot of people answer their other ones. Would you guys ever consider starting a Discord server? They're a fantastic community tool. It's a great place to chat.
Not until
I don't know much about them.
No, and honestly, we're doing a lot of the social media ourselves right now. We did lose some team members right before COVID started, so we've absorbed
Not related to COVID.
Not related to COVID. Right before we absorbed that work, so we don't really have capacity.
We're running a little lean, so we're not looking to drastically expand our community presence.
But it's good to be aware as we
I'll have to look into that.
Normal.
I've sort of heard of it. When I think of Discord, I think of My Little Pony. That's what comes to mind.
I know, I do too.
For those of you that know who Discord is, from My Little Pony. Okay, Michael says, I don't like acrylic or resin. Do you have a favorite metal body pen? Favorite metal body pen?
There's so many.
It depends, yeah, because there's a lot of metal pens that have resin grips. I think of like the Lamy All-Star or the Metropolitan.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of aluminum pens out there.
There are a lot of ones. I mean, the Diplomat Aero is a super popular one that's all metal.
We do have filters on our site because there's the body material, but then there's the grip material.
Yes.
So there's a lot of metal pens that have resin grips or resin pens that have metal grips. Some are both, some are either or. So
Lamy 2000 is a great one.
Yep.
Vanishing Point, that's metal bodied as well.
Yep. There's a lot of lacquered metal pens out there.
Yeah, definitely. That's a lot of what you're going to see because otherwise it would look just kind of boring.
I scrolled down to try to catch up a little bit so that we're...
Okay.
Yeah. Karis Customs, Diplomat, yep.
Mm-hmm.
Rachel, heard you're a fan of purple. What's the best purple ink for beginners? My favorite purple is Diatramentis Purple Violet. It's just like a good, solid purple that leans teensy bit pink. I have some in here. I'll scribble a little bit for you.
Scribble away. It's not completely dried up yet.
No, the kids have been using it. Trying to really put down some color here.
Yeah, that's a nice color.
Yeah, I really like it. It's like a nice grapey purple. I'll see if this turns out. It's well, it's a little darker as it dries, but it's a good. This looks terrible. It's a good purple. That's my favorite.
Herbon Poussière de Lune is
That's like a dusty purple.
It's a nice darker dusty purple, but it's super easy to clean out.
It's like a muted purple.
Yeah, it's really easy to clean. There's some purples that are beautiful, but they can be kind of a pain to clean. Like some of the dye properties kind of cling onto some of the pens. I don't know how that one is for you.
I don't know. I always re-ink it, so I don't know.
There you go. Something about like the red kind of pink dye family.
Discord and Fluttershy, best friendship ever. Yes.
You get it. You know.
That tea party is the best.
You know.
All right, let me see if I missed any other questions. Yeah, Adrienne is awesome. She's great support. She's helping us on social as well, in Goulet Nation. Yeah, Sailor Haha should be restocked soon. I know there's a big shipment on the way from Japan.
Thank you, Shar, for your kind words.
Yeah, you guys are awesome. I'm reading through your
Glad you're
comments.
answering each other's questions.
Oh, purple pens? Oh, goodness.
Oh, quick, a Super. That is a good one.
The Arrow Violet is a good one. Because I have that one. Oh, the Elmo Violet, the Monograppa Elmo. Let me grab
a few.
The
Diplomat Prismatic Purple.
I don't have that one.
I'm just saying that's a great purple pen. Do I have that on me is a good question. I don't think so.
My shoes are so squeaky. Here, you can try these. And I'm looking for some more. So I like purple.
What am I showing?
The purple ones.
Monograppa Elmo. This is our exclusive purple one. This is the Diplomat Arrow. You can see the difference here even in the colors.
The Safari Violet would be a good one.
The Safari Violet Candy. 3 very different purples we have going on here. Different degrees of pink happening in each of these purples. So even when you say purple, it's like, what kind of purple are we talking about here?
There you go.
Because they
or
do
the
tend to vary.
Metropolitan Retro Pop Purple is a very popular one.
That's a good one.
And there's different price points here, but lots of purple pens.
Yes.
I like purple.
Purples for all your purpley pleasure.
You have the Diplomat Prismatic
Eco-purple,
Purple, but it's no longer available. No, we still have that.
Yeah, we still got it.
The Magnum is what we're talking about. Yeah. The metallic purple VP, that was nice. Yeah.
North African Violet.
With the Curadas now in the market as a clicker fountain pen with a much better converter, do you think Pilot will rethink and improve their Con 40 for the VP? We've given them feedback on the Con 40. They're aware. They're looking at it. So that's all we know at this point. But they're it's complicated. It's hard making converters. Way harder than we realize.
It's hard making anything more than we realize.
That's true. Yes. All right. Well, we are about at our hour here, so we should wrap it up.
We are. Okay, here's a good question. With the Curadas now in the market as
I just read that one.
You did?
That's literally the question we just.
Yeah, you're right. I missed the beginning of the question, and now that I'm reading, I'm like, oh, you just asked. Okay, sweet. It's late.
That's why we need to go. Like, it's time to go. Oh, he is tired. He was in meetings like the whole day. Like,
I worked literally.
Didn't even
all
go to
day.
the bathroom and barely got lunch. So
I cooked dinner, and then I basically missed most of dinner.
We cooked dinner.
We cooked dinner. I cooked a lot of it, and then I didn't even go to the bathroom before we started cooking dinner. So we sat down, prayed, and then started eating. And I was like, I have to go to the bathroom because it had literally been since 8:30 in the morning when I'd gone to the bathroom because I was working.
That's a lot of information.
All day. This is real, folks. You're in our house. This is what you're going to get.
Okay, it's time to go.
On that note.
Y'all need to leave because we need to leave.
Put that into your dreamscape tonight.
All right. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for watching and all the things. I'm tired too.
I'm fine. It's
just the words.
I could have gone to the bathroom.
You really could have. Like, you're a grown-up. You choose when to go to the bathroom.
Yes, I could.
You'd be like, I'm running late. I have to go to the bathroom.
No, literally, I was just like in the zone. And it just didn't hit me until I was like, oh, yeah. I do need to do that.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Okay.
Thank you.
Right on. Right on. Oh, mercy me.